Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the anime Megalo box. And I enjoyed this series. It wasn't kind of the best, but it's not the worst that I've seen. It won't be one of my favorites, but I really enjoyed watching it. And that's usually saying something because usually it has to take me a little bit involved to get into kind of boxing kind of things. It's mainly the characters that kind of draw me in, and they had some pretty interesting characters in here. Now, granted, since it's a boxing one, it takes up like half of boxing and half of character development, but only kind of the pertinent ones. And I kind of like the feel of the universe. It gave me a really kind of Cowboy Bebop kind of feel, not in a ripped off of everything is Cowboy Bebop, but the grungy kind of dystopian kind of future where we've got our central team of Nanbu, the coach, and Joe, the boxer, just kind of eking a living out in the slums while we see the kind of better living people doing like Megalo boxing tournaments while they're just kind of eking their existence, kind of throwing them. And Megalo boxing is just regular boxing, but with kind of like exosuits for power and everything. And Joe's kind of getting tired with this and wants to get into the real deal. He doesn't want to throw any more of the fights, and at one point in the underground ring, well, he's driving down this one kind of road that's being built and runs into Yukiko Shirato, who's pretty much the whole reason for megaloboxing, and her champion Yuri. And Joe and Yuri pretty much have a connection because they feel like real fighters, like they're meant to fight. That's pretty much the whole thing of the series. We see that Joe and Yuri fight in one of the underground rings, and Yuri takes them out, and he's like, if you want a rematch, do it in the Megalonia tournament. And, of course, that's set up. Nanbu pretty much uses that as a way to try and pay back their loan shark kind of dude, and they go off on their adventure, training and everything like that. It really is pretty much basic. You just see the underdog go through all these trials and everything until he gets to the last one and eventually gets the title. And your main thing is just seeing how they kind of get there, but it's your usual kind of typical stuff. Now, granted, there does get to a point where Nambu, he's missing an eye and decides to pay back the loan shark dude because Joe was supposed to throw one of the matches, but he decided not to because he wants to go to the top and digs out one of his other eyes as payment. It's like, jeez. But other than that, it doesn't really get too crazy or anything. You get your typical kind of things. They get this street urchin guy, Sachio, who we learn his father was employed by the Shirato company, but he had his work stolen and all the bad things that happened, and they died, and he was now by himself. And Nanbu, he had coached someone as a Megalo boxer, but that person went off to war, and he presumed them dead, and was feeling guilty about that all the time, and tried to get through his feelings with that with Joe, and Joe just trying to find that match, which he eventually gets in Yuri, and they fight at the end without gear because Joe has been going throughout the whole tournament as Gearless Joe. And it was pretty nice seeing them take on their title fight, but I mean, the boxing never really gets really, really crazy dramatic like any kind of shonen or anything, or any crazy kind of moves or whatnot. It does keep you entertained and interested, but it doesn't go like completely crazy. The visuals are nice too, that really gives that kind of lived in universe feel, but nothing completely crazy is done with it either. We don't see any over reliance on CGI or anything, and they just kind of let it speak for itself. So I liked what they did with it because I liked the grungy feel and everything like that, but it's not something that I'd be like, oh my god, this is like a timeless kind of one. So I'd pretty much class this as kind of an average kind of boxing anime that if you are into, definitely check out. If you're really into action, I don't think you'll really be satisfied with this, same as if you're like wanting really in-depth character development. This isn't really going to be the one for you. This is more of like, okay, I have some time, I need something to waste, and you could watch this anime and be like, oh, okay, that wasn't bad, got me through what I needed to, and be done with it. So, those are my opinions on the anime. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.